12.2 right there. We find the spot, we just push a little bit and it comes right off. Unwind the protection on neutral, push that in. Do the same thing for the other wire. Make sure you don't do the wrong one. There we go. Got some extra wire, don't I? Alright, so take care of that. There, just as simple as that. So now we're ready for we'll come back and do these guys later, although this is what you basically do. The Wagos don't need a whole lot. That's about all they'll need. Can't do it cleanly. These are old. I'm getting a new set of these delivered today, but I decided to start this anyway. That's all that's to it. So we might actually shorten these. We'll see how that goes. I have the pigtails. They're going to connect the Wagos to these, and then we put everything in the box with the outlet.
So I'm putting up a receptacle for the light that goes over the vanity in the master bathroom, and I ran out of access to nail the receptacle in place. So I used the kind of a crowbar and hammered on the nail. Worked pretty good.
Hi guys, Dave here at Blueberry Hill. Thanks for visiting again. Hey, so we're a little bit of a slow day, couple days. I'm gonna go and label some of the wires that I pulled the romex off. I'm gonna slip on labeled romex, the yellow stuff, onto certain cables so I know how to wire them up. We have home run runs, which are the power lines coming from the breaker, and then we have the control lines. The ones that I have 4 or 5 wires in like a 3 gang, I want to make sure once we spray foam everything, make sure we actually have the right function for each wire. So I'm going to go back and do that. I can always label the wire above the box, but then I won't be able to see it once we spray foam, so that's not going to work. So we're just going to put labels on the actual wires themselves and call that good. Then we're going to finish pulling the romex and getting it more rough in, ready, and we should be good on that. I have to buy more 10-2 wire for air conditioning units, so we're going to run to Elliott Electric to get that. Home Depot and Lowe's, they don't seem to have, they're a little more expensive, they're like $50 a roll. We don't need that much, but you know, save a buck here and there. So we'll go to Elliott, we'll get that. I have the heater, the tankless hot water heater cables. I'm going to probably run those today too. And then get the 10.3 for the AC units. And the air handlers, unbeknownst to me, they're a 240 volt. And they're only 15 amp, so not a big, huge demand on draw there. I'll just use a 12.2 power for that, and we'll call it good for that. The amperage it's incredible how different the amperes are from some of the rated equipment, but it is what it is. I think the pump for the pool will probably go for the 220 volt, 240 volt. They're more efficient, and I don't think we'll need a big one, so I might be overkilling it. We're gonna have a small pool. It's gonna be roughly 4 feet deep, 8 feet wide, and about 20 feet long. So it's a small pool. I'm rethinking that. I keep bouncing back and forth on the 240 or 120 volt. Anyway, it won't be much of a demand, but together with the heat, the hot tub, why not go a little bigger, more efficient, more volume. So we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we're gonna switch to time lapse and start doing a little bit of stuff. And I hope you're enjoying the series. We're a week away from fun stuff. We got a lot done today. I was on the phone for hours. I got the source for spray foam material, AV part, closed cell, from IDI, and they're in Austin, so it's a half an hour trip for me, 45 minutes maybe, and they have material, so that's fantastic. I'm probably going to buy three sets of barrels, so that's 3 times 2 55-gallon drums, A and B part. So we're estimating about 2 sets needed for the house, and then I have friends in high places that want me to help them out with the spray foam too, so I'll buy a couple extra barrels when I'm doing that. Price is not good. It's almost $3,000 for one set, 2 barrels, A and B, but it is what it is. I'm not going to argue. It was like $2,400 2 years ago or something like that. But anyway, so we'll holler at you later with that. That's going to be cool. I'm just gonna continue and we'll see where we go. Appreciate you watching. See you later. So this may be simple, just so we don't get lost in what each one of these lines is. We're gonna label them all. So I'm gonna have to backtrack to see what goes where. And this basically controls all the kitchen lights. So there's a light on the island. There's a light underneath the kitchen cabinets, which is basically just one light. It's going to be an LED, kind of a mood lighting thing. And then we have the ceiling lights for the kitchen. And we're going to have, we like spotlights. I know some people don't, but we do. There's two head units right there on the ceiling. So that's going to control that. So island, the ceiling, and then the cabinet lighting, underneath cabinet lighting. So I just have to figure out what each one of these is. So I'm going to label them on these little guys. Just write it out, and hopefully we'll make it all work. So to start with, this is the home run. Basically label it HR. That's the one that goes to the panel. I'll label it there, but I'm going to label it here because once we're going to actually insulate these walls, not with spray foam, but with regular insulation just for sound. Every wall in the house is going to have some sort of insulation in it. I just like that just for sound, and it helps dampen, you know, a little bit of echoiness. So home run, HR. I know what that one is, so I can get that out of the way. Here's power going somewhere else, so we're going to trace that out. This is power probably going to the other light switch. So this is power, goes over here, and lo and behold, it goes into the power for the light switch itself here for the three-way switch for the hallway. So the three-way has a 3-wire, but power is just white and black. So that's, I'm going to call that power, just power wire. I just might call it home run as well. I'll just call it power, PW. And I messed it up. I don't like that. I'm going to do another one. I don't know if there's a standard for this, but this is what I'm doing. And then we know what this one is, so this is just power. I don't have to label this. I know where it's going. This basically goes to the hallway switch, the hallway light, just 2 lights, and then another switch down on that back wall on the entry. So we know what that's going to be. So that's kind of a given. These ones are the ones I'm more concerned with. So we're going to figure out what the second wire here is. I'll be back in a second. You know, in hindsight, you probably should label this when you're doing them so you know which one each one of them are, but I do them in function. Usually on the whatever's closest to the left side of the switch and the right side of the switch, I want to keep functionally separate. These ones here are for the ceiling lights in the kitchen. So I'm just going to write ceiling or kitchen, K, T, light. And I'll know what that means, so that's ceiling. These other two, it's going to be the island, more than likely, and then the cabinet light. Not sure which one of those is that yet, but I'm going to find out. Here's a small example of 2 3-way switches. This one is for the back wall, the back of the house. So I'll say back. 3-way, and then this one is for the hallway, so we'll label it hall, 3-way, hall, 3-way. There, all good. And that we don't have too many of these left, just on the back wall. The back wall, which is has a 3-gang on it. I'll just label that because we're going to have floodlights, we're going to have mood lights, LED lights running along the patio, and then fans. So we'll see how that rolls. So hi guys, we're here at Blueberry Hill. Thanks for coming back. We're still continuing on the, well, it's August 8th for one. We're continuing to finish up the wiring work. Here's Angie putting in the supports for the wires. We're going through the whole house, making sure we got all of them tied down. A little bit of banging going on, but anyway, not too much stuff left to do. I did have to fix a couple of runs 2 days ago. I had to work yesterday at the track, but aside from that, 2 days ago I fixed a couple of runs. I forgot to put power to a few of the circuits, usually the light circuit mainly. Same problem in the master bedroom, the bathroom area. We have the wires for the ceiling fan over the cabinet or the vanity, and then for the shower, and we forgot to add power to this. I did try to steal power from the three-ways, but that's a no-go because it's a three-way switch system, so you can't have power all the time. So here's the home run wire for all the lights in the master area. Here's a home run coming from the panel. I'm going to tap it from here, pop it over to this switch. That's for the light for the closet. Carry it on to the switch over here for the bathroom, and then carry it over here, which is the power for the master bedroom fan and light. So a little bit extra. I'm glad I'm double checking. I'm actually labeling all the items as I was mentioning before, just so when we film everything, we don't have a surprise not knowing which circuit it is. Most of the ones are simple, like this one here. It's a light switch, so you have power and the light. You can't really go wrong with that one. So it's more interesting when you have three ways. There's another three-way. Here's all the lights for the control lights for the outdoor. I put in a 12-3 for the lights for the outside. I don't technically need them. I need just a two-way, but I mean a 12-2. But I just had to add an extra wire just in case we want to have a secondary switch for kind of what we call mood lighting. We'll see what happens with that. We're still playing with the idea of LEDs and all that other stuff as a little side mood lighting instead of direct floodlight. And here are the fan controls. They're going to be tied together. We're going to have one switch for two fans underneath the overhang here. So the overhang, this is the overhang. You can see the wire sticking out of the wall. I'm not too worried about exposing that right now because water never gets here. But you can see, if you can see it, there's a wire way out there. That's for the outdoor light in the master bedroom. I am going to cover that so we don't get water in there. But aside from that, we can't finish those out because there's going to be paneling and stucco on the outside of the house. So they're just going to be exposed. I'm going to put some zip tape on it so water can't get in. Call it good. Anyway, that's it for that. I'm going to switch to time lapse, continue finishing up the wiring job, and then I'm going to run the 12-2 wire, 8-2 wire for the tankless hot water heater, which is going to go somewhere around here in the enclosing room. I don't know if it's going to go high or low. I think it's going to go low, and that allows us to plumb that way for the master and go underneath to the kitchen. So that tankless is going to support the side of the house, and we're going to have another tankless in the garage, which will support the middle of the bathroom and the apartment bathroom. We'll go from there, and a couple of bibs, of course. Well, we won't need hot water, but we'll have some bibs outside for hoses and stuff. Anyway, talk at you later. We're going to switch to time lapse and continue later.
So I kept saying I'm almost done with the electrical, but here I am pulling some more power wires. I forgot the power wire for the master bedroom lights. I was trying to steal it from the three-way switched lights you see right behind me. Obviously that's no-go. I don't know what I was thinking there, but so I had to run a from the home run that goes to the three-way switch power wire to all the other switches, and that was fine. So it's all in one circuit anyway. All the lights in the master bedroom area are on one circuit. So one thing that I still have left to do, as I'm pulling the wire to the home run line right there on the left, I still have to do attic lights. Anywhere we have mechanical stuff in the attic, I have to put a light and a switch. So there'll be lights that run off of the garage circuit that go up and over the offices so we can get into the air conditioning mechanical stuff. And then the one over the game room. The air handler for the master and the game room are going to be kind of right above my head in the attic. So right there in the corner, we're going to put the air handler and then manage all the tubing to the master bedroom area and the game room area as well. So a little more to do. Here you see me running This is the 8-2 wire that runs to the hot water heater. You need it since it has two breakers, 40 amp. It needs 8-2 wire, and I had to go grab an extra 75 footer, and we're done after this. So anyway, pretty good. Went pretty smoothly. Just took a little longer. See you later.